in 8B.6, we just learned the properties of logs and we used them to expand and condense different log functions. So just to recap what our properties are, remember logs are a different way to write exponents, correct? Like if I have log base, if I can even write log base 6 of x equals 36, I don't know. That would be 6 to the 36th power equals x, right? It's just a different way to write an exponent. So our rules of exponents are the exact same as the rules of logs. In exponents, when we are multiplying, we add the exponents, right? So in logs, when we multiply, we add those logs. When we are dividing, we subtract. And when we are raising a power to a power, we multiply. So we take that power and bring it out front, and it comes in front of the log. Right? Yes? This should be review. Okay, so what we're going to do today is use those rules and then actually solve the logs. So to evaluate logs or solve for the logs, we're going to be given a statement that we need to condense. So that means we have to put the rules back together. So that's like the last part of the notes yesterday or on Wednesday. So we're going to condense them into a single statement, and then everything is exactly like it was when we did log facts or just started solving logs. We're going to set it equal to x. We're going to make sure each side has the same base, just like we did in Unit 8A. We can drop the bases and then set the exponents equal to each other. Okay? So we have 5 steps here, but they are all very similar to what we've done before. So let me leave those up. So example 1. So first one, we have log base 5 of 5 plus log base 5 of 25. If I'm adding those, how can I condense it? What rule is that? Product, quotient, or power? That's product rule. So the first thing we're going to do is rewrite it as log base 5 of 5 times 25, right? So that's log base 5. 5 times 25 is 125. Okay, so we have log base 5 of 125. So now this is just like our log facts, right? We set the whole thing equal to x. And then we can come up and around. So that's going to be 5 to the x equals 125. And now this is going right back to Unit 8A. 125 is the same as 5 to the third power. My bases are the same, so what can I do? Drop those bases, so x equals 3. What do you think? Good? For number 2, change the bases to 12. So it should be log base 12 of 48 and log base 12 of 3. Okay, so just change the bases to 12. There was a typo in that we didn't catch right away. And this one is exactly like number 1. So will you guys try it on your own right now? So we have log base 12 of 48 plus log base 12 of 3. What rule is that? Product rule. Good. So that's going to be log base 12 of 48 times 3. So that's log base 12. What's 48 times 3? 144. Good. Okay, now this looks like something that we can do. So what's my next step? Equal to x. I come up and around, so that's going to be 12 to the x equals 144. And we need to get a base of 12 here. 144 is the same as 12 to the what? 12 to the second power. So I can drop my bases and I get x equals 2. Who got that right? Good job. Okay. Any questions so far on this stuff? We were just applying one rule. So in number 3, we're going to have to apply multiple rules. So let's look at here. Number 3, what rules do you see? I see product because of the plus right there, and I see power because there's a number in front of the log. Since we're going backwards, we're condensing it all, we have to do the power rule first. So that means we have to bring that 3 back into the log before we do anything else. So we're raising 8 to the power. So that's going to be log base 4 of 8 to the 3rd power plus log base 4 of 2. Okay, 8 to the 3rd power is 8 times 8 times 8, which is 64 times 8, which is what? 192. Times 2 is going to give us log base 4 of, I'm going to use my calculator. You sure? 8 times 8 to the 3rd power is 512 times 2 is 1024. Do you want me to write that step instead? Okay, so this would have been log of 8 to the 3rd times 2, because since we're adding, that's the product rule, we have to multiply them together. So when I do all of that multiplication, that's going to give me log base 4 of 1024. Does that help? So now we can solve this. We set the whole thing equal to x. Yeah, so 4 to the power of x, because we come up and around, equals 1024. Okay, we need to get this 1024 to be a base of what? To be a base of 4. 1024 is actually 4 to the 5th power. Okay. For your homework, you will probably need a calculator. Okay. Okay, so we can drop the bases, so x equals 5. Yeah. The hardest part is just getting the big number to the base that you want. Okay. Okay. Number 4, we have log base 2 of 24 plus log base 2 of 2 minus log base 2 of 12. Make sure you change that. I don't know what it was, a 3. It should be a 12. Okay. Okay. So, what rules do you guys see here? I see product rule and I see quotient rule. Okay, so what we're going to do is, remember order of operations, we always go in which direction? Left to right. So we're still going to go left to right here. So I want to first combine these two. So that's going to be log base 2 of 24 times 2, right? Okay. Now let's put that in parentheses because we did that part first. Minus log base 2 of 12. So I'm putting this guy in parentheses just so that we remember that we did that one first. And all of that is going to end up being divided by 12. So this is the same as log base 2 of 24 times 2 gives me 48 over 12. You guys okay with that? Okay. It's the quotient rule because when we subtract, it's division. Okay, 42 divided by 12 gives me log base 2 of 4. So we set the whole thing equal to x. And that gives me 2 to the x equals 4. So I'm going to move my work over here. Now 4 is the same as 2 to the what power? Second power. So we drop the bases and x equals 2. Okay, so when we have multiple rules being applied, we can just follow order of operations and go left to right, because everything is either going to be product or power, or product or quotient, right? If we have a power, we do that first. Product and quotient, we just go from left to right. So we have to take care of whatever comes first, and then we can do our division stuff, or whatever comes after that. Does that make sense? So I put that in parentheses just to show that. Okay, number 5. I see lots of different rules here. All 3 of them. There's a power rule right here, there's a product rule, and there's a quotient rule. Which one do I have to take care of first? The power. So let's rewrite it, just putting that power up to the front. So that's... Is it like a order, or well, left to right? We go left to right, except we take care of power rule first. So power rule, when we're condensing, comes first. And then we just go left to right. Okay? When we were, since we're condensing, we're going backwards, so we have to do powers first. If you're expanding it, you do powers last. Okay? Okay, so we would have log base 10 of 25 to the power of 1/2 plus log base 10 of 14 minus log base 10 of 7. Okay, so since I have product rule right here, what am I going to do with these two guys? Multiply them. So that's going to be log base 10 of 25 to the 1/2 times 14. And all of that is going to be divided by 7. So I did all of the rules at the same time. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah. Isn't
yes?
25.
So Philip said, isn't 25 to the 1/2 square root of 25? The answer is yes. So that's going to be log base 10 of 5 times 14 over 7. And then Tamo said, couldn't we divide first? The answer is yes again. 7 goes into 7 once, and 7 goes into 14 twice. So it's going to be log base 10 of 5 times 2 is 10. Set the whole thing equal to x. So it's 10 to the x equals 10, which means x equals 1. So, because everything is either multiplication or division, we can, order really doesn't matter here, but I do want you guys just to go left to right so that I can see every single step, okay? Last one. Let's use purple this time. So, last one. I do not have any power rule here. It's all product and quotient. So, let's just put it all together. So, that's going to be log base 5 of 75 times 15. All of that divided by 9. Okay, now let's reduce some. Do you guys see anything that can reduce here? 3 goes into 9 how many times? 3. And 3 goes into 15? 5. And does anything else reduce? 3 and 75. 3 goes into 3 once, and 3 goes into 75 25 times. So we are left with log base 5 of 25 times 5, 125. Set the whole thing equal to x. So I have 5 to the x equals 125. We should be experts on this right now. 125 is 5 to the third. So x equals 3. So we took everything that we learned yesterday And now put it together with the solving.